Hi guys, it's me, Fabian, back in with the video. Let me stop. Okay, so today, I want to talk about something something different. I want to speak on the movie Us. So this Saturday, last Saturday, I went to the movie theaters and I watched it, and I got a few things to say. I mean, come on now, let's get to the point. With Jordan Peele, it's with his last two movies, you're gonna have questions. You know what I mean? Because that's what he does as a producer. He makes you think. That's that's in his description. Let me stop. But he does his movies, they make you think, and it's good to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's not just to, you pay for a movie, you go watch it, and it's just that's it. If you don't understand it, you talk about it with whoever you watched it. And there's some things I want to speak about. I even spoke about it to other people, and I'm trying to get answers back, and I can't quite get there. I can't quite get there. So I'm talking to you guys. I might not get a lot of views on this video, but I just went there because it's mind-boggling. These movies, sir, all right, let's get into it. Okay. So first off, these questions are not going to be you know what I mean, in order or whatever. And I'm not going to have a plan. And you know what I mean? I'm going to just I wrote them down on this paper, whatever questions I have. So I'm going to just read them and talk about it on camera. That's it. That's it. No, there's no point A to point B. There's nothing like that. There's no plan. It's not an orderly fashion. It's just whatever. Just to put this out there, it's going to be hella spoilers in this movie. So I recommend you, if you did not watch this movie, do not watch this video first. Really do not, because it's not gonna make sense. You know what I mean? You have to watch the movie first. And me, I'm the type of person that I could watch spoilers before watching the actual thing that the spoilers came from, because that's me. I just want to know before I watch it, before I dive into it. You know what I mean? That's me. But if you're not that type of person, you get pissed, you know what I mean? just watch the movie straight up. First of all, that's it. And my first question is, okay, why is Adeline, I'm just going through what I see here first on this list. It's not in order, it's just whatever. Okay, all right. So why is Adeline the only one that can speak? Okay, so basically we see how Adeline is basically the real version. The red, that's the real version, and the one that you see in our world, she's the fake one. So basically she got choked and brought down there, you know what I mean, at an age where she could speak. She wasn't too young or whatever. She could still speak. I know that it's the fact that she been down there for so long that's getting people confused as to why she can still speak. But just because she's adapted, not being able to speak and stuff like that, doesn't mean she still can't speak. And that brings me to why she speaks the way she does. Okay, it's either one of two things. It's either because when the tether version of her choked her, I guess that damaged her voice box. I don't know. I guess that damaged her. But for me, it's wouldn't you heal? She has to been choking you real hard. You guys are little girls. At this time, at this age, at this point, you guys are little girls to be for your voice to be permanently damaged. It's either that, or she's just been down there for so long, so she's adapted to that. She's adapted to not having to say much, because we see that the tether don't speak. They just make low growls, you know what I mean, as if they're in packs, how wolf packs make noises. They just make these rare noises to communicate to each other. So I guess that could be a reason as to why she doesn't speak, right? Because she never really has to speak. And also after the movie, okay, so I watched the movie with my brother and his girlfriend. She paid for all of us. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. I wouldn't have gone if we wasn't gonna watch Us. That's the only movie I wanted to watch, honestly, for this past month. I didn't want to watch nothing else. Captain Marvel, I'm watching that, but Us, that was a definite. You have to go see that movie. I don't care who you are. Like, that was a definite. That was a must. And I was like, and I asked her, like, what movie we gonna watch? Like, we going to the movie theaters. And she was like, us. I was like, okay, let me get my stuff. Shoot, I was down. Like, bro. And like, after the movie, me and my brother's girlfriend, we were talking about, you know, the movie. And because you have to discuss it, you know what I mean? And and I was actually asked this dumb question. Like, looking back at it, like thinking about the question now, it's like, it sounded pretty dumb. I asked her, okay, I'm gonna embarrass myself right now. I asked her, all right, so, you know, in the beginning of the movie, it starts off with, you know, the subtitle or whatever, not the subtitle, but like the title, this screen title. It starts off with there are hundreds of, you know, tunnels, you know, beneath the United States that we don't know about, whatever, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, not forget about that. And I asked her, like, okay, so for the tethers where they you know live and they dwell, you see this tiny, you know, cell looking, psychic ward looking type of stuff. And it's like, okay, since everyone has a tether, how could you basically fit a whole city down there in that one spot? And she was basically like, you know what, there's how you gonna say that? Because like the beginning of the movie when they talked about there being so many tunnels and da beneath the US, I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. But then I was like, okay, so like, I don't know, like, for me, like the find yourself place, the, you know, the little fun house that, you know, Red got, you know, switched, and the little fun house where the little boy almost went inside. It's kind of like, how do I explain it? It's kind of like, in Get Out, we see that they talk about sunken places. For me, in this movie, this is the sunken place. Except, like, you don't come back from it. Like, of course, Adeline, the real Adeline, she developed a plan, but only after all of these years. Like, she could have came back soon, like, after all of these years, when Red becomes an adult, when Adeline becomes an adult, she comes back to try to take her place. So it's like, it's kind of as if a place where you can go in, but you do not come out. And for me, that's the sunken place, but except with that factor, you do not come out at all whatsoever. And instead of it being you, it's your doppelganger. It's that evil doer of yours. It's that tethered of yours, and they cannot come out. But Adeline, of course, she's from here. She's from on top. So of course she was smart enough to develop a plan to like bring all of those people back. Like, that was one in a lifetime chance. Cause like, if Red didn't find Adeline, then it's like, it's just like how they say they were bound to meet. You know what I mean? Up there, like, basically to see each other. And she was basically talking, I don't know who said it. I actually don't know who said it. I think the tethered girl said it. She said, when I saw you, I thought, along the lines of, when I saw you, I thought that we could, like, you could take me or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, how would that work? Like, I know you guys are little girls, and you're not thinking, but like, how would that work? I like two doppelgangers, and it's like, you look exactly the same. So you guys can't say y'all twins. Because even twins have different, you know, different specialties about them. And it's like, you guys look from T to T. Like, you can't pull this off. Like, I know you guys are, you know, adorable. You don't understand. But like, no. Somebody gonna have to take somebody. Somebody gonna have to bring somebody down there. Like, that's it. That's it. Sorry. That's how it is. Sorry. Like, that brings me to my other question. Like, okay. So there's tethered. There's a tethered paper. There's a tethered people, and there's Adeline. Adeline is the word I can't speak. Adeline is the real Adeline. So it's like, I couldn't understand why we see how like the tether people, they dwelt on the real Adeline. Like basically, like when you never seen that scene where they you know touched her head or whatever, like all of them together, they touched her head, basically saying that she's the one that's gonna bring us out of here, that's gonna basically save y'all, basically. And it's like, she didn't have to save all of them. You don't belong here. Of course you had the desire to come back and plan your vendetta to get back at the person who took your life. But like, these people, that isn't their life. They don't belong here. So why are you bringing them back? Like, honestly. And I understand, like, you've been there for a while. So it's like, and you actually have a soul. Because, get it, remind you, like, these are the tether people. I don't know if they have a soul or not, but like, it's weird. Like, we were talking about that. Like, how could the tether girl, she doesn't have a soul, how could she come to our place and like find love and all that stuff? How is she capable of that? And like the other girl, it's like she lost her soul. How is she capable of that? You know what I mean? Like, it's just basically a back and forth. I'm just like, okay, so why don't you just save yourself? You know what I mean? Like, I know you have a soul, but it's like, do you love these people to like bring all of them up here? Because they don't belong up here. Like, of course you could like have your revenge and take your life back. But do we really need these guys? You know what that's what I'm thinking of. Do you really need these guys? Because like, at the end of the day, like, they don't belong here. They really don't. And that brings me to Jeremiah 11 verse 11. We see that a lot in this movie. Be God's revenge. I'll bring on them a disaster they cannot escape, for I will not hear them in the time in which they cry out to me. Like, it says it in that verse. Basically, it's as if the revenge is the tether people being locked down there. And like, maybe I see as if like, okay, when they break out, when they, basically murder these people, the lives of which they are assuming, of which they are taking, we see that they use scissors. And in the scissors, they don't just go for the gut or like stab the arm or something like that. They go for the neck. The neck. In which you breathe, in which you cry out, in which you speak. If your neck is not working, you cannot speak. So we see that a lot. So basically, what the verse is kind of referencing to the scenes in the movies and how it relates to it in some kind of way. It's basically saying that God's revenge is to cry out. Is that he will not hear you when you cry out. So basically, by the tether people attacking these people by the throat, they cannot cry out. And God will not hear you. Or you will not be heard. Because we weren't heard. That is our revenge on you. We couldn't speak, now you can't speak. We're taking that away from you. Because for so long, we've been out here, you couldn't hear us. So now we can't hear you. And that's how like they literally take their lives. They go for the throat. The voice in which they try to cry out and speak. Jordan Peele gets really into this. Like, he ain't playing no games, honey. It's their time as well. It's the time for the tether people to like, take up their dwelling spots up there. Cause like basically saying that we are privileged. The people up here are privileged. And you know what I mean? We take things for granted. So it's like our turn to take y'all place because y'all been living this good life. You know what I mean? And we see that in the movie, like how the tether people were down there eating the bunnies or whatever. They couldn't live a life that we live. You know what I mean? And we see that they're let out of the cage. Like the middle of the movie when Adeline goes down to get back her son. And we see how the bunnies are jumping around. They're let out of their cage as the tethered are. And maybe I feel as if if Adeline was so mad, like I just can't get that. Like it, like she took your life personally. She took your life, like not his life, not her life, not that life, not his life. She took your life. Just claim your position. Just claim your spot. Why you have to kill all of us? Why do you have to save everyone? Where she's saving everybody, but she's killing our people to save hers. And it's not even her people. We're your people. You just, you know, something bad just happened to you. I'm sorry. Like, Zodi. Like, and we see that in the opening of the movie, not the screen title, but apart from that, like when the actual like screen comes into play, we see young Adeline, the real Adeline, watching this 80s commercial. I think it was in the 80s about America's hands across the world, whatever, charity to stop hunger. We see that she's captivated by that, you know, trailer or whatever. She's watching it. And I think, and you see that through the movie, like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's you think about it, but it's hard to like explain it, like take out. Basically, Jordan Peele tells, like, he once said in the interview, like, for Us or Get Out, like, that's kind of what started the movie, because he had it planned, but it wasn't, you know, it didn't connect in some kind of way. But like watching that trailer, he saw it as like cute but kind of creepy at the same time. You know what I mean? So that became like the beginning, the start of Us. And we see like Us is like basically US, how you spell it, it's United States. So it's like, and that's one of the movements of the United States, the Hands Across America. And we see as when the Tether come back, if you watch the movie, you will see how after they claim their, you know, the people on top out of their lives, they begin to form this chain, because that's basically, that's what they gather, things they copy from us, that they perceive from us, that they did, basically. After they take our places, they become us. And as we were one, they become one as well. You know what I mean? So they're even in okay. So as the Wilson son, when he got lost or whatever, when he was wandering around, we see in the movie, not even in the movie, in the trailer as well. We see him like walking towards this like figure. At first, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, what is that? Is that like a scarecrow? It's just like the way the figure was. And as you get closer, you see that it's a man. And you see him with the red, and you see him with the glove, and the blood dripping from that gloved hand. And you think to yourself, well, why is he standing there? Like, why would he be out there in broad daylight? That's weird. And as my mind started to like, and as I started to think about it, and like to watch the hidden meanings and see the hidden meanings, and after I saw the movie, I was like, he's the start of the chain. Because like the way his hands were, it was like he was holding out his hands, stretching them out for someone to, you know, hold his hand, basically. As the movement started, someone holding each other's hands. Like the way he did it, as if he was waiting for somebody to come and hold his hand. He was the start of the chain. He was the only one standing there. He was the first one standing there. So basically I thought he was just being weird, or maybe, but like as I see now, and then after, when Adeline finishes, you know, murdering her doppelganger, the fake Adeline murders the real one, you see her go back, you see her on the beach or whatever again, and you see the whole chain just stretched out, even into the ocean. And the guy is still there. That Jeremiah 11 verse 11 guy with the tattoo on his head. The guy is still there. So that means he was the start of the chain. After their duties were done of killing the people that they are, basically, they went to go, you know, hold his hand, and then it stretched out. And as the movie continues, as it finishes, you see, you know, it's stretching over mountains. The people, like the hands movement, the Hand Across America movement, is stretching over mountains and cliffs. And I'm just like, how you do that? How you do that? How that's possible? Like, bro, like, y'all serious about this hand across the moon? Y'all serious? Y'all ain't playing no games. She. And the one scene that got me was like, if you watch the movie, it's like when the climax comes and Adeline is faced with red, and it's like the song comes out. You know what I mean? I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. But it's like a scarier stretch, deeper beat to it, a frightening beat to it. And it's like she's facing her off, and it's like, okay. And another meeting too. Okay, so when okay. The Hands Across America's movement, I heard that it you know, lasted for about 15 to whatever so minutes. And as you can see in the movie, Adeline was gone for 15 or whatever minutes to be replaced by the Red. That's how much time it took for Red to choke her, bring her downstairs, cuff her to the bed, and reclaim her place. And her mom, you see her talking in the therapist room or whatever, and she's basically like, I just want my little girl back. And the father's trying to argue with her, and she's like, you don't know what happened to her in those 15 minutes. Anything could have happened to her. It took a total of 15 minutes. And the therapist basically like, oh, try to find whatever to get her to speak. Whether dancing, writing, whatever. And Adeline picked up dancing. And in this one scene in the climax, you see Adeline and Red facing off. And like the song drops in. And then you see maybe a girl in her teenage years in a ballerina costume, and she's dancing. Oh man, like if you didn't see the movie, like you see, I don't know what you're doing with yourself. And she's facing her off, and the song drops in, and then you see the scenes where the doppelganger is dancing as a ballerina, and the fake Adeline is dancing on top on a stadium, on a stage. The light's so bright, she's dancing, and you hear the beats, and it's like every time she stops and she hits that, you know, that one step, and the beat drops, and it's like, oh man, it makes you think. And you see down there as the ballerina is dancing, she hits the wall, she hits the floor, the way she moves, and the way the beat hits when she moves. That scene just caught me. It's just like, it was crazy. Like it's just like, wow. Like you're looking at it and you're like, wow. Like what Jordan put together, it's really something. It's really a masterpiece right there. Like the way he thinks, like, oh man, these 2 movies, Get Out and Us, I was really like thinking to myself, like, is this like a trilogy or something? Like, cause like I don't know if they're related or not, but like we both see that in these movies he discusses practically almost the same thing, things that we don't see but we should take a closer look at. Jordan Peele, the way he produces these last 2 movies, the way he produced them, it's like he's giving us that light to be shined upon the things that we do not see and what we should take a closer look at. What's there, but we're so privileged and we're so this, and society is so that we haven't seen them. That's why he was talking about. That's one of the things when you talk about in the first, you know, screen title of the movie. There's tunnels and this and that beneath US that we don't use. Like, you need to take a closer look at them. I'm not saying like, you know, there's doppelgangers down there. You know what I mean? You know, there's one of us down there doing some crazy thing trying to kill us. But I'm saying, if you didn't know, now you know. You know. Then like Jordan Peele, like he shines a light upon those things. Like he ain't messing around. It's no games with these movies. Honestly, can't wait. I'm scared to find out what he has planned for us. Like, and this movie is not really a horror movie. In one of his interviews, he was like, the interviewer person asked him, so what is this movie? They was talking about Get Out at first. They was like, what is this movie? I said at first. It's when Get Out came. He did that interview, and they asked him, "What is this movie? Is this a horror movie? Is this this movie? This is that movie?" And he was basically like, "I can't say. That's for the viewers to find out." So I can't really sit here and be like, it was a horror movie, or like, but even though it was a horror movie, it didn't really act like a horror movie. It's for us to find out. For me, it's kind of like a psychological type genre. I don't know. Even if you think you're not gonna like it, even if you think that it's not for you, I recommend that you go see it, because this is something you can't miss this. You cannot. Okay, you cannot. You cannot. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's what I think about this movie and my opinions or whatever, my thoughts, because that's it. And like, yeah, I won't get any views on this, but like, I had to. This movie is crazy. Like, I had to share it. And like, if you didn't watch this movie, bro, like, go now. Like, pay whatever you gotta pay. Like, get your popcorn, get your juice, get whatever you need, and go sit your ass down in the movie theater and watch it. What you doing? All right, but yeah, that's it. And I can't wait to see what he has next. Do-do-do. 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 That movie was crazy, bro. Alright, bye guys.